What up, YouTube? Before we start the video, we got a very important announcement for you.
That's right, we have our new milestone giveaway for 2,000 subscribers. That is a CGC 9.8 graded Thor #1. This cover is a Nick Klein sketch variant that is also signed by Donny Cates.
What? Are you crazy? Yes, we are. When we hit 2,000 subs, we're giving away this bad boy. So make sure to hit that subscribe button, ring that bell, and give us a like. It would be much appreciated because we want to give this away, but we only can do that when we hit 2,000 subs. Let's get to the video. What up, YouTube? I'm Jim.
I'm Nate.
We are two fat guys Pulis, and we've got another new comic day video for you for the week of June 26th. That's right. We are like June's almost over.
Crazy.
That's insane. Anyway, it's a good week, but there's, I don't know. It's a weird week, but there are some bangers. That's all I gotta say. Like there's
beef here.
It's a beef week. There's
Choice
some
cuts
bangers.
of beef. That's what I'm trying to
Choice.
say.
There you go. I like that. Choice cuts. That should be our next emote badge for members. I like that. All right. First up with Boom Studios, we have Grimm, issue number 18 from Stephanie Phillips. You know, we've said it before. This run's great, but it does feel like for the past, I'd say 4 issues, we've been in this kind of limbo state of character development, which I'm not saying there's anything wrong with that, but it's strange. It just feels like the book is kind of like we don't want to move forward. Almost like we don't know where we want to go. And that's a huge assumption. But that's just kind of what it feels like when we get these it's almost like one-off issues where we're getting this random character development and backstory when we were just like full throttle going in and like doomsday was going to happen.
Yeah.
So
Yeah, and then just kind of kaput. So
no, yeah.
I don't know. I think I trust what we've done before, and this is still good in its own right if you separate it from everything else. And I think once it's all said and done, it will be much better. So
yeah, well, we'll see. We'll have to wait and see. All right, next up from Boom, we have Rare Flavors, issue number 6 from Ram V.
Yeah, we'll see if this one actually makes it to the show. I am 3 issues behind on this.
Oy.
And you know, if there is one thing I can say about the first 3 issues of this, is that I loved it to death. If there's something I can say about since then, is that Ram V has developed a reputation of not being able to get his books out
on time.
His on time, especially for his independent books that he has a little control over. We're talking like 2 to 3 months in between each of these issues, so I'm gonna have to reread the whole series to get y'all this one, and I hope I can. But we got 15 books.
A lot of books this week. Another Boom book that's just insanely good is Something is Killing the Children, issue number 38, which I will say it's very interesting. I know they're coming out. I think Tiny Onion's coming out with like a 0 issue here soon, like an origin. Yeah, I only heard from another YouTuber, and it was weird. Like it almost felt like some of the consensus around this book, and I know it's not the case, but I'm just saying some people that have some people dropped off this book, and because they're like it's not good. And I was like, there's no way.
If you were reading this book and you dropped off, you don't know comic books, and you've probably had a lobotomy and didn't note it. No, this book is perfection. What we're doing right now is like not origin, but like one shots of her past, like in between her getting her mask and then the fateful events of issue number 1. So it's been great. I mean, they've been really good. They've been really good one shots, and I imagine this will probably be my pick of the week.
Yeah, no doubt. Like I can't even. Yeah, for sure. All right, jumping over to Image from another Tiny Onion book. It's back. It's Department of Truth, issue number 23. 23.
Yeah.
Holy shit, guys.
I didn't believe this was going to come back. I really didn't.
It's been a minute.
November 2022. That's the last time we had an issue.
That's insane.
So, I mean, come on. Tynion has had some major stuff going on, obviously, since the last time this book came out, and it just kind of sat on the back burner. But
yeah,
I imagine that we will. I mean, I fully expect this to come out hard and fast. I expect this to be big. Yeah,
I mean, because of such of a long hiatus, I'm almost kind of worried a little bit. I know that's really dumb to say, but I'm just saying I'm a little worried with, the lack of it not being in our pool for a minute. And,
Yeah.
like there's a lot to, I don't remember. Like, and obviously I can go back and read the other issue, but I guess I should say I should have faith in Onion to like just slingshot us in and not feel timid with the re.
It looks like from the solicitations, at least, it looks like this is really like a new point. Like we're not going to have to remember the finer details of what has happened before. We're really getting kind of like a new thing going on here. It basically what it says is the Department of Truth makes a shocking choice to go public first before the other institution. And so it looks like we're ground zero starting up from here, sort of a thing. It looks like there might be some flashback scenarios to Kennedy's assassination as well. So yeah, don't be deterred if you were on this series before. Don't be deterred to pick it back up. I it's my suggestion, because Tynion is a good enough writer to make you feel fully on board without going and rereading those 22 issues before.
Right. Yeah, and also, let's just say it, Simmonds' artwork is just going to be a treat. It's just going to be a sweet treat.
It is.
All right, next up from Image, we have Sacrificers, issue number 9. And didn't you read the last issue?
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, and it was your pick of the week, wasn't it?
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. Like, how am I going to pick a pick of the week this week?
This is a heavy week, man.
Crazy. Yeah, like this is Pigeon is going like full crusades now. Like, he is done. He's like, all right, you religious bitches want something, like, you're going to get it. Like, now y'all fucked up. This is the find out moment for the religious institution and the Sacrificers. So we'll see. The art on this has been absolutely outstanding too. So I don't know. We just have too many good independent books right now, which is a wonderful problem to have.
Yeah, I was gonna say, that's a good problem to have, for sure. All right, from Image as well, I think this is our last Image or independent book of the night. That is Void Rivals, issue number 10 from Robert Kirkman. In the last issue, it looked like our female protagonist is probably gonna die, and this is the cover I was talking about. Where I think her consciousness is going to be some kind of like AI consciousness. Maybe I'm wrong. Maybe she's activating some kind of new power, but like, I think she's going to be the new like computer voice in our male protagonist's glove. I know that's a lot. If you're not reading this book, you're like, what the fuck? And there's Transformers. But I don't know. Like, I'm not saying that's a bad thing. I just think this is going to be a very pivotal issue within Void Rivals. I know we've been kind of, we've been in the wastelands being bounty hunted, and she, sustained a pretty significant injury where now it looks like, her life's in the balance. And the last issue wasn't looking good. Like, her vital signs were basically non-existent. And then they found something on her that the other guy, the main male protagonist, was like, oh shit, so who knows? Who knows what happens? Obviously we'll find out on Wednesday, but like, I think this is going to be a very big issue. And I'll go ahead and say a patois for me. Potentially. Yeah, I'm just gonna say that.
Yeah, I mean, the independents have it here this week. They all look so good.
100%. Hey, I'm interrupting the video. It's only because I've got something really important to tell you. I know you know what we're giving away when we hit 2,000 subscribers. I gotta let you know about what we're giving away when we hit 1,250 subscribers. We're giving away this Uncanny X-Men #1 signed by Jim Chung, CGC grade 9.8. When we hit 1,250 subscribers, you could potentially win this, but you have to be subscribed to our channel. So hit that sub button, ring that bell, give us a like. Let's get back to the video, shall we? All right, jumping over to DC, we're going to kick it off with Absolute Power, Ground Zero, the zero issue, essentially, to the Absolute Power event, the summer event that's going to be invading all of our DC books. I mean, we're gonna read it. Let's just say that we're gonna read it, and we're gonna talk about it because we want to be as open and fair on this channel. And people read DC, and like we should probably read it. So like that's what we're gonna do. We're gonna read it. But like I'm already turned off when it literally says prelude to the seismic event series. Like every fucking event with DC is
Is
a
the
seismic
seismic
event series.
event, yeah.
Waller wants the world, and she's about to get like
Yeah. No. I agree, and I just I feel like let's. I'm at least doing this because I want. Let me take the bullet for you guys. Don't pick this one up right away. Let us do it. Let us let you know what's going on. As much as Jim maybe has already thrown the baby out with the bathwater with DC, I still feel like I can give you a pretty objective point of view here. Oh, but man, I don't know.
I'm gonna try. And I'm literally trying by saying we're gonna review this book. Okay? We're gonna do it. But just don't I don't know. I'm gonna try not to go on a rant this Sunday. That's what I'm gonna try. All right, next up we have Detective Comics from Ram V. We're definitely wrapping up this this massive run from Ram V.
Yeah, this glorious, absolutely perfect, amazing run.
Right.
It requires effort from you, but man, has the payoff been good. And I got a couple issues behind again with that. This is going to be the theme probably for the next month because we're getting books that I missed during the move coming up. So I went ahead and last week I saw this one coming up. I read the previous 4 issues where it's basically the new where he had to go through his trial. Basically, it's left up to the reader whether he was actually dead or not and came back, or if that was just an illusion. But now he's back on Gotham, and he's like got to get people to remember, and he's got to kick the organs out. And so it's been a blast. Like this has been a blast. Like I don't know. It contains multitudes. It's not just a Batman story. It's so much more than that. This is the most look forward to DC book I've had.
All right, we'll see. All right, countdown to absolute power. We got Green Arrow issue number 13, Agent of Waller. This has been a fun book, but as Waller has seeped into Oliver's storyline, I don't know. I'm going to try to be very open minded with this event because we didn't read DC Summer Event last year. We just didn't want to do it, and so we're going to do this one. I'll try to stay open minded with it, but I can just tell you my hopes aren't that high, unfortunately.
I'm so far behind on Green Lantern that I think
Green Arrow.
What is or Green Arrow? Sorry, I think issue 8 was the last one. Issue 8 or 9.
Yeah.
So I'll let you fill us in on how it's tied into absolute power.
I'm gonna try to be positive. I'm just gonna try. All right, jumping over to Marvel, we got Blood Hunt issue number 4 from Jed MacKay. The last issue was really good. There was this big whoa moment, but we don't really know the amount of gravity that it really does entail, because we just weren't giving a lot outside of this ancient relic of a fortress that was, hidden within Earth, I guess, that has now appeared above the surface of Earth. And so the vampires are kind of making their, the penultimate issue within any run is usually the climax of the series. So I think it's safe to assume that's kind of what, maybe I'm wrong, but I think that's kind of safe to assume that this is going to be the climax of Blood Hunt. Though, being where we're at in the story, that's kind of worrisome. So maybe I'm wrong, because I feel like we have a lot of ground to cover before we end this thing.
Yeah.
So maybe I'm wrong.
The solicitation for issue 5 says a climax so brutal. So
okay, so maybe this is okay. Cool. Then never mind. Throw all that shit out that I said out the window. Anyway,
this has been the most fun we've had with
oh my god,
with an event in a while.
Yeah, and again, we say it every time. We're dealing with vampires. I'm not when it comes to superhero comics, I just don't like vampires in my comics. And like you're saying, we're having a lot of fun. I've had such a good time reading this. I'm incredibly invested. It's very clear that we're going to have some major ramifications from this event, whether that's a Marvel universe without Blade, whether that's the Avengers team shifting dramatically in what it's going to look like. Obviously, we're getting Storm here pretty soon, so there's that. And who knows? Like, the other thing is, solicitations can lie to us. They do, and the team may change even further. We may not have certain heroes on this team that we think we have because of September solicitations.
Yeah.
And I'm going to go ahead and throw it out there. I think we may be, I think the Woolby might be covering our eyes here, and She-Hulk might actually be part of the Avengers, and we're just being. I'm just saying, like, I think we're going to lose some team members. I think it's almost assured.
I'm ready for something that big. I mean, now I don't want it to be some kind of bullcrap like what they did with Marvel. That was just asinine. But like, if we take out a character and it makes sense story wise, and they stay gone, bravo! I'd be totally down for that. I don't care who it is.
Well, I'm kind of like thinking Thor.
Okay, well, that's not going to happen because you have one of your most successful writers currently writing his main book.
So right, but we're dealing with like death and loss over there too. So like, I couldn't, I don't know. I'm just saying, like, you're right. Who cares who it is? But I'm just saying, I feel like, and I think this is, and I know we're going more into like what we do on Sundays here. Maybe this is a little bit of taste. I feel like Jed MacKay, if there was someone to pull off a move like that, to be so involved in solicitations and in what we publish and what we're telling our fan base what's to come, it would be him to be the one to just, pull a catch-22, or I don't even know if that's the right term, but like, just sneak it in. Mm-hmm. I'm just saying.
Yeah.
Also, the mature versions of these books are fucking awesome. They're just so good.
Yeah. Yep.
All right, next up we have Daredevil issue. I don't know because I don't have the number here. 10.
That would be 10, yeah.
This has been a fun run, but again, every time we talk about this book and there's a John Romita Jr. cover, I just like my enthusiasm for the book goes right out the window. We need to get this guy out. And I know that sounds personal and kind of vendetta-y, but because it is. Like, I just don't. It just sucks. Like, I'm sorry. It's just not good. I know that there are certain people that do like Romita Jr.'s artwork, and that's great. And I'm sure they grew up, with him and his father kind of running what comics were when they were picking them up, and that's fine. But like, I just gotta get past this cover because it sucks.
But what about the comic book?
Comic's great. I love what we're doing. I love this idea of Daredevil fighting the 7 deadly sins incarnate. I like this idea of Kingpin starting to restake his claim on Hell's Kitchen. I think that's natural. I like that Elektra and Daredevil are working together again, even though there's still this kind of dynamic of like, will they, won't they? Are things still the same? Are they different? I don't know. I think the run itself has been really good. I don't think it's on Chip Zdarsky's level, but that being said, it's been fun, and I think that's the best thing about it is like to say that if the book is fun, then I'm in.
Right. Yeah, and I do think it's been fun, and I'm getting more hyped for it because I mean, obviously looking a little bit to the future, but we have the secondary Woman Without Fear book coming out after another month or two because of what it specifically is because of what happens here. So I'm interested.
Yeah, 100%. All right, after that we have Gwen Spider issue number 2. I picked up issue 1 on a whim because of the writer, which I believe is it Kelly Thompson? No, Stephanie Phillips. And so basically we have Gwen, who is now has moved to the 616 officially, but she's been tasked by the character from Loki, from the department, the TVA, the guy that like wrote the handbook. He basically
Mobius.
It's not Mobius. It's the guy in the guy from the Goonies. I don't remember his name. He's the one that helps them create like the machine to go back in time and whatever.
I have no idea what you're talking about.
Anyway, he's in the comics now. I think we got a first appearance of him in the previous issue. Anyway, he's basically telling her like, you cannot be Ghost Spider in the 616. You just have to be Gwen. Like, don't do it. The ramifications of what you do will just throw everything out of a loop, and she just can't not be Ghost Spider.
Is it
and
Ouroboros?
Maybe, I don't remember. Anyway, it's actually been really fun. I've picked up a few Spider-Gwen, Ghost Spider books in the past, and they've always been so connected. And this one has some connectivity to it, but it feels like a new storyline. And I was interested in it. So I'm going to be picking up issue 2, see how it goes. It's really fun. It's a neat... If there's a run that it reminds me of, it is Jed McKay's Hellcat run. That it kind of has that vibe of like this hero kind of down and out and kind of on the run. And it feels, I mean, obviously we're not dealing with demons, but like it has that same vibe. So I like it. We'll see. I'm silly goose tam, if you will.
I'm looking forward to hearing what you say.
Yeah. All right. After that, we have Ultimate Black Panther issue number 5. Shit's going down. Like, we are moving very quick to some kind of massive event between Khonshu and Ra and Wakanda. And we've got this new set, a circle of trust with Killmonger and Storm and Okoye and Black Panther. I will say Patois here as well. It's been a great run, super fun, and was unexpected.
Yeah, for sure. I don't understand why this is hitting so well, because in some ways, some of the critiques that I think are kind of valid is like, what are we doing with this ultimate version of Black Panther that couldn't be done in the 616? But like, I don't care because it's so good.
Right.
Like, it's so good. I understand it's a valid critique or whatever, but I just don't care. It's so good. And I'm sure like it's about to go off the deep end in the next couple issues, because I mean, it already seems like we're heading there pretty quickly. So the first 4 issues of this book were such a breeze to read. Like, everyone was just looked great. It felt great. No problems.
100%. Yep. Our last book of the night, a Blood Hunt tie-in, and that is Moon Knight, or Vengeance of the Moon Knight. And it's very evident we're circling around with the team of the Midnight Mansion, which, again, leave it up to McKay to make you think and love side characters. And that's all, like, he's just been killing it. I haven't yet read, not that I'm reading any, really all of them, I'm only reading ones that are connected to my books, but I haven't yet read a Blood Hunt issue tie-in that I was like, that sucked. Yeah. And again, not reading all of them, so I don't know. There might be one out there that just doesn't make any sense, but I haven't had an issue with them at all, especially with Moon Knight, and I think that's because McKay's writing it. I will tell you, I have had the itch to potentially pick up all the individual X-Men Blood Hunt issues, but I'm like, I don't know, like, yes and no, because like I feel like if I pick those up, like the first 2 pages of each book is going to be like, well, now that Krakoa is over, I'm like, oh, Jesus Christ, just do the thing. But we're not talking about that. We're talking about this book. I'm looking forward to it. I'll even say again, I'm right there with you in the sense of like, what do I pick? This is a potential Patois.
Yeah, I mean, this is every single month that this is here for. How long have we been doing this now? Like,
for a minute,
almost 3 years. That McKay's been writing Moon Knight. It's always at the very top. Always.
Yeah, 100%. All right, that's going to do it for this week's New Comic Day video for the week of June 26th. Let us know down in the comments. What are you picking up today? What are you going to read first? What's your potential pick of the week? Let us know. Make sure to hit that subscribe button, ring that bell, and give us a like. It'd be much appreciated as we're on the road to 1,250 subscribers. But we cannot do it without your support. And trust me, we love it when you hit them sub buttons. So please make sure to do that. We will be live this Sunday, 8 o'clock p.m. Central Standard Time, where we'll talk about all these books and more. And man, like, have you ever you never played like fighting games when you were a kid, right?
Like Street Fighter and stuff?
Yeah.
Super passively.
So like they just announced a massive Marvel versus Capcom like super collection that's coming out, and I am so effing stoked. So we're probably gonna talk about that. I'm just gonna say that right now.
I hope it's great.
It's amazing. Anyway, but anyways, catch us guys live here 8:00 p.m. Central Standard Time. We'll talk about all that stuff. As always, fam, be kind to one another and read more comics. Later.